Welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles. In this week's news, Oxford schools reveal a new athletics logo, voters approve 2 millages, and an OHS graduate premieres his movie.
Stay tuned, learn more about these stories and others. The Oxford News begins right now. A new Wildcat logo is coming to Oxford Athletics. The logo has new look and feel and is more modern and competitive. However, the old logo is not being retired. It will be used at other athletic levels within the school district. Athletic Director Jordan Ackerman says the primary logo remains a triangle with various size O's and motto, "Where the globe is our campus." Ackerman said coaches and students who saw the new logo all gave positive feedback. Coaches will have the final option of deciding whether or not to use the new logo on the team's jerseys.
The Wild Pigs Motorcycle Club recently donated an automatic external defibrillator device, an AED, to the Oxford Village Police Department. In the case of an abnormal heartbeat, an AED is a small, portable device which can shock the heart back to a normal rhythm. According to the American Heart Association, the chances of surviving a heart attack drops 7 to 10% for every minute the heart is stopped. Oxford Village Police Chief Sowald said, "You never know when an AED is needed." Vice President of the Wild Pigs, Mark Soffin, said all police vehicles in Michigan should be required to carry AEDs. Thank you for doing so.
Millages for an Oakland County police contract and Parks and Recs both passed on the Oxford August 6 proposed ballot. Both proposals were renewals combined with small increases. The 5-year Oakland County police millage was approved 2,124 votes to 933, and the 10-year Parks and Recreation proposal was approved by 2,265 votes to 1,365. Absentee voters actually pushed both millages to approval. You can also find local election results posted at oxfordleader.com and on Oxford Leader Facebook page.
Oxford High School graduate Zach Throne returned to the OHS Performing Arts Center to show his indie film, Cadia, The World Within. Throne said he was happy with the turnout and said he thought the night went great. The movie tells the story of 3 siblings who get transported to the mystical world of Cadia. The movie is a coming-of-age story as well as exploring themes of grace, love, and doubt. The actors are real-life sibling triplets from Columbus, Ohio. Superintendent of Oxford Schools and Zach's father, Tim Throne, said having 3 triplets acting together is unique and why well-known English actors James Phelps agreed to be in the film. Tim said that many people think movies magically fall into place, but it takes a long time commitment. Congratulations, Zach.
Former Oakland County Executive L. Brooks Patterson passed away on August 3rd from pancreatic cancer. He was 80. Patterson served as county executive since 1993. Addison Township Supervisor Bruce Pearson recently reflected on his relationship to Patterson. Pearson calls Patterson a mentor, and it was Patterson's values, Pearson said, he brought with him to his job in Addison Township. Pearson met Patterson in the 1970s when the both worked in law enforcement, and Pearson recalled Patterson frequently picking up the tab for officers he knew eating in a restaurant. Pearson shares his belief with others that Oakland County may never be the same without Patterson's leadership.
Suzanne Zietman and her 31-year-old horse have joined the Century Club. The club was founded in 1996 by the Dressage Foundation. Overall, the club has 400 members in the U.S. and Canada. To be a member, riders and their horses must have combined ages equal to at least 100 years old. Another requirement is riders and horses also must perform a dressage test and receive a score at a show in front of judges. To qualify for the club, Zietman recently rode El Glacis at Ashley's Oak Farm on Oakwood Road in Oxford. Zietman said El Glacis is no spring chicken, but he is still in relatively good shape for his age. Congratulations. Wow, what an accomplishment, eh?
Right, it takes a lot of talent to do that.
Yeah, no kidding. Dressage is not easy. My niece used to do it, and boy, it was a tough one for her.
Yeah, this is a great area, you know, for people
Sure
with
is.
horses, for sure. Over in the agricultural area.
Yeah.
A lot of people that enjoy
Yeah.
their horses. And
You know, they do a hunt, I think in the fall. I know it's chilly weather, but I'm always amazed. We've covered it a couple times, and I'm amazed at how many people show up to that thing. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people in this area that are involved in equine business.
yes, right.
My big word for the day.
So what's going on in this area? Anything new going on you should know about? Elections were a big thing with us, of
Yeah,
course.
I'm glad to see that they went through. It shows that there's support in this community. I was a little worried for Parks and Recs. I heard a lot of negative comments on Facebook, and again, I'm going to say, don't believe everything you read on Facebook. And we even took a hit by a woman on Facebook saying that they are charged taxes to keep us going. And so that's what's new in the area. I'm still keeping my fingers crossed, still dealing with Lansing, trying to get our governor to reverse the decision that was made in January to take our funding away by giving it back to the cable companies. So basically, that franchise fee that you see at the bottom of your bill, that's what keeps us going. The government told the cable companies they can still charge that franchise fee, but they get to keep it. So they're getting more money from, it's like double taxing, if you want to use the word tax. It's double charging people. It's
And
unfortunate.
reality, for folks out there, they think it's tax. We don't take monies, you know, from your taxes out there, you know, for operations.
Right, we don't. Nope,
None.
nope.
Absolutely none. So,
And what else is going on? It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. It was Kyle's birthday this week, my birthday this week. In 2 more weeks is Alexis' birthday. Next week is Lori's birthday. So I think Leos might like performing, right?
Yeah, Leos rule
They like
around
to
here.
be the center stage,
Don't
I'm
they?
sure of it. So happy birthday to all you Leos out there. I should say that every month to everybody, but it's been a big week here at the studio, and we've done some celebrating and appreciating one another. Happy
Yep.
birthday.
Real good celebrating.
Yes.
I mean, not
Donuts.
that kind of celebrating.
Lots of donuts, lots of food, lots of cake.
Yeah, so
It's
everybody's
been fun.
working out a
Yeah.
diet schedule as we go along here.
So I keep looking at the monitor going, oh, I look like my grandma. Anyhow, that's it for Oxford News this week. If you'd like to learn more about these stories and others, you can pick up a copy of the Oxford Leader newspaper, or better yet, catch us on our website, occtv.org, on YouTube, and of course our regular cable channels Spectrum, Channel 191, and AT&T Channel 99.
Coming up soon on OCTV's very own Cody Wright with school sports and school news with Alexis Ware. And you won't want to miss Auto Talk and Science in the News with Dave Kenny.
I'm Terry Stiles. Thanks for watching Oxford News this week, where we bring your news closer to home.
And I'm Elgin Nichols. Remember, always be kind to your friends and neighbors, and thanks for watching.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from the publication New Scientist. In our first story, we appear to be safe from a catastrophic reversal of the north and south magnetic poles, according to evidence showing that the last swap took a lot longer and was a lot messier than scientists thought. The magnetic field shields Earth from the sun's harmful radiation and cosmic rays, so a sudden polarity reversal could affect our power and communication systems as well as our health. But a new analysis of lava flows, ocean sediment, and Antarctic ice cores found that the most recent magnetic field reversal took at least 22,000 years to complete. This is several times longer than previous estimates and forces scientists to rethink the assumption that the magnetic field is fairly stable until its polarity rapidly changes. Earth's magnetic field has been acting strangely in recent years. The magnetic North Pole has unexpectedly moved away from Canada and is speeding towards Siberia. At the same time, the strength of the magnetic field seems to be weakening, prompting worries among some scientists who believe we may be on the cusp of a long overdue reversal. There is little evidence that this current decrease in field strength or the rapid shift in position of the North Pole reflect behavior that portends a polarity reversal is imminent during the next 2,000 years, says Brad Singer at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. He and his colleagues analyzed dozens of lava flows from sites in Tahiti, Chile, La Palma, Guadeloupe, and Maui, which act as a ledger of the behavior of Earth's magnetic field. Shifts in its direction and intensity affect the direction of the spin of electrons in the outermost shells of iron atoms in minerals. The spins align with the direction of Earth's magnetic field when the lava flow cools below 500 degrees Celsius, says Singer. He and his team use this alignment along with the density of electron spins to sort out how strong the magnetic field was when the lava flows cooled. They found that the strength of the magnetic field dropped substantially, but not quite enough to flip the polarity. 795,000 years ago, and again at 784,000 years ago. Over the following 12,000 years, the magnetic field was highly unstable, but eventually the North and South poles flipped completely into the orientation we know today. This contradicts previous research that claimed reversals could happen within a human lifetime and suggests the magnetic field's recent strange behavior is less worrying than previously suggested. Alan Collins at the University of Adelaide in Australia thinks this study will force a rethink of Earth's magnetic field from one that is fairly stable with brief periods of when the polarity changes to one where the polarity can be much more fluid. Wow. In our next story, paleontologists working in New Zealand have discovered the first evidence of giant parrots, which they believe lived 19 million years ago. An analysis of 2 drumstick bones, or tibiotarsi, found at a site on the South Island indicate the bird, named Heracles inexpectatus, grew to around 1 meter tall and weighed 7 kilograms. The bird is likely to have been flightless, like several other giant flightless birds known to have evolved on islands. These include the extinct dodo, a giant pigeon that lived in Mauritius. New Zealand was also once home to 9 species of moa, a now extinct group of large birds resembling ostriches and emus, and it's thought that H. inexpectatus would have lived alongside these. While moa typically eat leaves, the giant parrot likely ate fruits and nuts. The structure of the bird's bones suggests that it was closely related to the kakapo, a large flightless parrot that still lives in New Zealand today. H. inexpectatus may have moved in a similar way to its smaller relative. Given the tibiotarsus is very thick-walled, we think this indicates the bird spent a lot of time on the ground and likely had no powered flight. But it may have been able to glide downhill as a kakapo and can do after climbing a tree, says Worthy. New Zealand has been a hotspot for bird evolution, including many flightless species due to a lack of predatory animals. But Worthy says that a 3-meter-long land-dwelling ancestor of the crocodile probably could have hunted the giant parrot, and a giant eagle, around the same size as the adult parrot, may have preyed on younger birds. The bones were unearthed at St. Barthans on South Island, a site that is rich in fossil remains. At least 40 different species of birds have been excavated there so far, and Worthy expects many more species to be discovered there. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
Hello everyone and welcome back to School News. There are a few more events coming for the summer at the Edison and Oxford Public Library. Oxford still has their Throwback Thursday movies, Maker Mondays, and their year-round club meetings and game nights. They also have their lock-in programs. The next one is Nerf Games Lock-In on Friday, August 9th from 6 until 9 p.m. The Dungeons & Dragons Club met a few weeks ago. Their next club meeting is Thursday, August 15th. So if you would like to join or would like to just go and check out what they do, you can contact the Oxford Public Library Teen Department for more information. Or if you would like to attend a library mystery, it's on Tuesday, August 13th at 6:30 until 7:30. Oxford Township Parks and Rec has their summer camp going on. They offer both before and after care for weekly and daily rates. The final week of camp is this week, August 12th until the 16th, so there's still a little bit of time left if you like to check that out or have your students check it out. Speaking of news over at Addison, the Township Board has voted on a resolution of support with some exciting news coming up pretty soon, so keep an eye out to see what's in store with them. They're also urging people who love the library and the community to come out and join the Capital Campaign Committee. There you can help brainstorm fundraising ideas for the new building. They meet monthly on every second Thursday of the month. If interested, contact the Addison Library at 248-628-7180. If you are interested in joining the committee, you can still purchase a brick. With the brick, you will be able to install it into the new library building. You can pick your name on the brick as well as 3 lines of text. The brick purchase can be paid in full or can be paid in installments if you prefer not to buy it outright or can't. In addition to purchasing a brick, you can also purchase floor tiles that'll be put inside the building's flooring, the new building's flooring. Look for a more in-depth description of the services and more concerning the new building, activities hosted inside the current building, and much more on this episode of Scrolling Around coming up pretty soon. The Parks and Rec magazine also offers discount tickets for Cedar Point, Michigan Adventure, and the Detroit Zoo. For each of these different locations, be sure to stop by Parks and Rec and pick up a magazine to see the logins and codes. The next Board of Ed meeting is being held on Tuesday, August 13th at the Board of Education building on 10 North Washington Street. All meetings start promptly at 6:30. For those who would like to attend, everyone is welcomed, and a set time is set aside for the public to address the board with questions and concerns. Before we go, Oxford High School was pleased to announce its new Athletics Wildcat logo. Athletic Director Jordan Ackerman saw the desire and need to create a new logo for the secondary level athletics. The new logo is said to be sleek and modern, reflecting the fierce intensity that the students of Oxford High School have as the school gives their all in competition. The new logo will be used solely for high school athletics, while the Circle Wildcat logo will continue to be used throughout the district. The Wildcat icon, related marks, and logos are registered trademarks and are the property of Oxford Community Schools. Anyone using any of the Oxford Schools logos must first be authorized. To find out how to gain authorization and usage rights, visit oxfordschools.org or contact Oxford Schools Director of Marketing and Communications at 248-969-5022. And that does it for this week's School News. Until next time, I'm Alexis Ware.
Welcome to American Legion in Oxford for the best fish on Fridays. That's right, from noon to 8:30. You can get the best walleye in Michigan. You can get walleye, baked cod, chicken strips, baked potatoes, and more. On the hall side of the Legion, oh, hello there, friends. You can have 12 friends on a table, any one of the best military museums in Michigan. And the dining side, oh, hello again. More comfortable with many 4-seat tables and a couple of 5-seaters. Now on Friday we usually have about 400 to 500 best friends for our fish. Carryout? You bet. We have 50 to 60 carryouts at the post. We have some young friends with the birthdays and some of our best seniors at the post. Oh yeah, waitresses, They go like a track waitress to get your food. If you have never enjoyed our Secret's famous walleye at the Legion, come on in every Friday from noon to 8:30 at the American Legion Post 108 on 130 East Rainer Road, Oxford.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and these stories are taken from the publication Automotive News. In our first story, hitting an unlined pickup bed with an aluminum bat typically would result in a significant dent and a lofty repair bill. But not in the case of General Motors' available carbon fiber pickup box that debuted for the 2019 GMC Sierra. Instead, it meant buying a new bat. GM has made a bigger commitment to carbon fiber in the new Sierra with the latest version developed with Continental Structural Plastics, a subsidiary of Japan's Teijin. The carbon fiber box weighs 25% less than a traditional steel bed. It's offered exclusively as part of a Carbon Pro edition on the Sierra Denali 1500 and the Sierra AT4 1500, starting at nearly $67,000. GM doesn't expect its customers to imitate singer Carrie Underwood in the song Before He Cheats, smashing her boyfriend's pickup with a Louisville Slugger. But taking a bat to the truck was one of the several steps engineers took to test the durability and strength of the new part. Other tests included dropping or throwing objects such as a cinder block, 1,800-pound loads of gravel, and 450-pound water-filled steel drums into the bed from varying heights. Duncan Aldred, global head of GMC and Buick, has referred to the box as basically indestructible. You're getting absolutely state-of-the-art technology here with true capability, he said. Production of the box is similar to that of a traditional steel box, but includes presses and other equipment developed for carbon fiber, including a massive GM-owned 3,600-ton press that makes the box's main components, including the bed and sides. The technology is expected to expand to other brands and other applications. Wow. And at Ford Motor Company's new offering on its Super Duty pickups, a 7.3-liter V8 gasoline engine will produce 430 horsepower and 475 pounds-feet of torque. Those figures rank best among V8 gasoline engines in the category, although Ram's HD diesel engine keeps the overall power crown with 1,000 pound-feet of torque, an all-important measurement for large pickups that generally tow and haul heavy loads. The new engine will debut on the F-250 and F-350 when the freshened vehicles go on sale this year. The engine will be mated to a new 10-speed automatic transmission that is based on the gearbox used by the F-150 but upgraded for the larger trucks. F-650 and F-750 will continue to use 6-speed transmissions. The 7.3-liter joins a 6.2-liter V8 engine as well as an updated 6.7-liter Power-Stroke diesel V8. The automaker did not disclose power figures for the diesel engine, however. The mid-cycle freshening comes as Ford shifts 90% of its capital allocation to producing pickups, vans, and utilities. Ford says that its power takeoff feature, which allows customers to mount accessory equipment to the transmission for more power, will come standard with the 6.7-liter diesel engine, and it will remain optional on both other engines. And over at Nissan, Nissan is conducting a service campaign on almost 185,000 Nissan Altima midsize cars in the US and Canada to repair a suspension part that could become corroded and separate. The campaign will target over 176,000 Altimas from the 2013 model year in the US and over 8,100 of the sedans from the 2013 and 2014 model years in Canada, a Nissan spokesman told Automotive News in an email. The campaign is not a recall, but Nissan will start notifying customers in the fall to bring their vehicles to an authorized dealer for a free repair. On some affected vehicles, one of the rear lower suspension links may corrode and separate at the bushing joint area, a company statement said. Customers may notice a knocking or rattling noise from the rear of the vehicle or observe large positive camber on the rear wheels if the link separates. NHTSA began an investigation in 2018 after receiving complaints of parts cracking on the vehicle. According to NHTSA's documents, Nissan acknowledges a crack can form in the lower control arm due to stress from normal use of the vehicle exacerbated by road salt used for ice treatment. Nissan's campaign will focus on specific U.S. states with high road salt usage, its statement said. Customers in 22 states and Washington, D.C. will be part of the service campaign, Nissan said. No crashes, injuries, or fatalities have been reported as a result of the issue, although NHTSA continues to study it. Nissan states that due to low incident rate, high detectability, and very low risk of adverse vehicle dynamics, it does not believe the subject control arm failure poses an unreasonable risk to motor vehicle safety, a NHTSA report states. Well, that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and as always, may the wind be at your back as you cruise down life's highways.